Geez, the camera's not being that friendly tonight, but here's a first look. First video I've made specifically for this channel. I've uploaded a few older videos that I've recorded that are machine related, but this is the first video for this channel. This is my, I think it's a 2001 or 2002 NC42. Gantry says it's from 2001. That say, I don't know, doesn't really say anything. Serial number 106603. And this is one of the earlier second gen machines, and this is pretty much just like how they made them up till the end. Great machine. I picked this one up off a Faceblog ripoff place for 30 bucks, which is an absolute steal for one of these. And it needed a lot of work. One of the power boards was spoiled, so I replaced that. And then after that, I had to do some work with the mechanism. I restrung it. And I feel like there's a few other small issues, but that was a majority of it. One of the coin mechs is replacing... one of the coin mechs needed to be replaced, so I obviously put a new one on there. But I'll show you the inside a little bit later. We'll have a couple plays on here, so we'll do some playthroughs. Let's see if we can get this Bier. And see the orange string that I used. I got nylon string for it, but it's already starting to fray, and I think I need to get like a tighter weave string for it. I don't know if we'll get the ball, but we might get the elephant. That's a good grab. For whatever reason, this machine just isn't really that strong. It's a bit more on the weak side. You can kind of see the string fraying a little bit. That's got it. Or not. Slipped out. Some of these prizes are a little bit smaller. I originally had just the small prizes in here. I put some bigger ones in here. I've been messing around with it. I've had this machine for about a month now, and I'm still figuring out some more of the things with it. There we go. Finally got a win. Got 3 left. Hoping I can get this elephant. I don't know, because it kind of stabs. This claw has an issue where it likes to get stuck a little bit. I also worked on the lighting. The front strip was dead. Well, I think the ballast in it still worked, but both of the tubes were dead. I pulled that out today, so that's sitting there. The back one had mismatched tubes. It had a warm white and then a daylight. So I put the warm white... Actually, no, it had a cool white here in the marquee. I kept that there. And one of the daylights came out of the first gen that's over there. And the other one was with the machine. So that's how that's going. Eventually, this is going to be fully converted to LED. I'm going to do that. I haven't decided if I want to sell this machine yet. Most likely I will, so I can have room for something a little bit smaller. It's been a great machine, though. I'll definitely make some more videos of it as I work on it. I have some videos of this on my original main channel. I decided, since I'm going to probably make some more videos of this, and I don't want to flood my main YouTube channel full of claw machine content. That was kind of the purpose of this channel. So, that's how that is. We'll open this up. I don't have a lock on here. I didn't get locks with this. Have a quick look at the inside here. I have no idea what that is. It's a bit messy in here. I tried to push a lot of the plush towards the back when I worked on replacing that light fitting. But there's some stuff. Disregard the text on the gantry. But that's how that is. I had to work on the wiring a little bit. So that's why there's some zip ties there. It wasn't perfect. This thing was really nasty, really dusty. They had foam in here with aquarium gravel over top of it, so I removed all of that. and then they put tape all along the edges here to keep the gravel from falling into the machine. I dumped all the gravel outside, so I have hot pink gravel outside. So that's definitely a little bit on the interesting side. The rails are in good shape. That's the ballast for the marquee sign. I'm curious what I'm going to do with this one, converting this section here to LED. I know you can remove this panel here, because I've seen Aaron do that on one of his machines. I personally like the lighted marquee, so I think what I'm just going to do, I don't want to remove that shroud, but I'm going to put one of the LED strips along there. So that's how that will work. And I think that one tube along the back is original. This Phillips tube has been replaced. Tape and stuff, but the LEDs I have, there's 4 of them. I put 3 in here and then 1 in the sign. But there's a look at everything, the wire channel along the top there. Another thing I've noticed is, like, a lot of the, see the black stuff that the wire is wrapped in up there? Kind of like, yeah, like that and that. That all starts to deteriorate, I've noticed. So I've had issues with that deteriorating as I've worked on it. It's made a pretty nasty mess. The dustbuster's full of it. I was cleaning that up earlier. That's your main power in for the gantry. It's all kind of the same stuff. If you've seen one of these before, it's most likely a second gen. This has the push counter. Sealed up all along here with, sealed up all along here with caulking. It would have been nicer to do the caulking elsewhere. There's like all these screw holes and stuff in here in the base. It's not in the greatest of condition, but it's still pretty good. This has the, I got a bunch of prizes in here, but it has the safety guard on the shoe, which I might show at another point, and the photoelectric counter, prize counter, which is pretty cool. We'll turn the lights on. We'll have a look on the outside of the machine a little bit more. The machine is in okay shape. It's not the greatest. It has some wear and tear. All this probably needs is just some touch-up paint. The control panel's a little bit loose. I got to work on that. So it just kind of flops around here like so. Here's another look at the marquee. One of my favorite marquees by far. It was set to 25, well, when I got it, it must have been set to 25 cents at one point. Then it was set to free play when I got it, and I put it back to 25 cents. Had a DBA. I never got the DBA with it. By the time I'm done with it, I want to make a plate right here. And I got some ceiling fan blades. I'm going to see if those are going to be wide enough. And I'll do that. I'll paint one up, put some carriage bolts through it. Lock. Half of the lock on this came off of the first gen because it doesn't stay closed. First gen does, so I had to added the bolt in the arm from there. I accidentally broke the little stop that keeps it from moving all the way, so I can do a full 180. I never got the OG bin for it, so I've just used a coffee can. The inside right here is in shambles. I'll fix this at some point, but definitely want to work on that. Thankfully, to give you some auxiliary outlets, which one of those I'm going to reuse for the LED lighting, not the one on the top. I'm going to do LEDs down the side. It had its original incandescent rice lights, which I just pulled out today. Here's more of that wiring loom that just kind of disintegrates. This one hasn't yet, but that's what this stuff is. This is just the old lights. These are all little incandescents. Some of them are broken and stuff, but that's what was down the sides of both of these behind the plastic here. So I ripped the plastic off. It slides up. What I'm going to do is get some LED string or LED rope. I'm going to run set down on both sides. I don't know if I'm going to run it along the bottom there yet, but I'll have that. I'll most likely come with a little LED controller so I can have it set to whatever color I want. Probably color changing or something, because that's what looks the nicest. I want to do this machine up pretty good, so when I sell it I can get a good bit of money out of it. And then buy something a bit smaller. Not saying this is a bad machine, but I already have the first gen. I haven't decided yet what I'm I'm going to keep this. The glass on this is still good. No cracks or anything. The deflector's broken, obviously. Sometimes I don't even know how things like that happen. I have the broken piece somewhere. I may have stuffed it inside the machine, but it's looking fine. We got a scuff here. And then on the back there's some scuffs. There's these here. It got a little bit damaged when loading it up in the back of the truck. But definitely definitely a little bit interesting. When you leave the door open for a certain amount of time, it will error out because it does have the switch. You can pull the switch out or power cycle the machine. You got two switches, one for the machine, one for the lights. Resets, claw goes back to home. And it should be ready to go. So here's your power boards. That's the main one for the machine. I think that's a rectifier. That one up there was for the incandescent lights, which no longer exists, so that will be removed most likely. And then this is the main control board. This is the one that does pretty much everything with the machine. This is your joystick harness, which is a little bit knackered. I think that's what this is down here, is the joystick harness. I'm not sure. That might be, no, this one's joystick and coin in and all of that stuff. And then that is gantry power. You can see just all the stuff from when this stuff here like disintegrates. It just turns into this black dust. You can see some of the aquarium gravel. This is the cover that goes over top of that, which I'll probably put in at some point. Should probably put it in soon because I don't really need anything on there. There would have been a cover over this. Most of the ones I've seen are missing. Right there's your strength potentiometer, which is one of the most useful things. So I'll put that in there. We'll lower this all the way down. And then we'll put a play on. Well, two plays, I guess. And you'll just see that when I go and drop the claw, it's just going to... It either will be very weak or just not close at all. Yeah, just doesn't even close. Opens up a little bit, but you don't want to have it like that. No one will play. It might shoot you like 25 cents and be like, screw you. Up that up a little bit. It's a little less than halfway. And this claw has an issue where it likes to get stuck. Now it's closed a little bit more. And when it got up to the top, it kind of closed from shaking. This claw isn't nearly as strong as my first gen. That's a little, about halfway there. Now, you're supposed to turn the machine off when adjusting your strength. I like keeping it on, but... well, that didn't even really grab. You can see it's a bit stronger now, though. There we go. That's actually not a bad strength. I might test that out a little bit. We'll leave that like that for the rest of the video. I got some coins. We'll throw those in. Oh yeah, got coin mechs. This is a little bit interesting. I only got one coin mech. It was this one, which was originally over here, held in with this metal brace. But I got this plastic coin mech recently from a friend of mine. I was going to put it in on this side, but it needs this brace, which doesn't really fit, and then it won't fit in and kind of sit there without the brace, so I needed the brace. And then for this one, I was able to just hold it with a zip tie here at the bottom. It's a little bit misaligned up at the top, so sometimes coins do jam, but besides that, it hasn't been too bad. As long as someone's not too hard on it, I would be willing to put this on location, but that's still one of those things I'd be a little bit worried about, because someone could just jam up both of the mechs maybe one of these times. I have a bunch of coins with me, so we might see what is it like. Can I jam one of these up? It's spin pretty fine. It's good enough that, I don't know, it's one of those things I'd be a little bit worried about if I sell the machine, but both of the mechs appear to work. At first I was still making a few micro adjustments to it. This is a plastic mech side right here. Got stuck there, but when I released it, it still went into the machine. This is the metal mech side. Oh, well, it looks like we have an issue. Oh, we'll play through some of these, and then we'll have a look at that and see what's going on, because that's jammed in. It's not really releasing like how it's supposed to. I haven't really tried this machine so much yet with these lower strengths, and I already, just by looking at this, I don't know if we're going to even get anything. We're definitely probably not going to get any of the bigger stuff because it's all dug in. With how the coil is on this, like, it does spin. It does really spin a good ways when going down. Went down so far, it's most likely stabbed. We're going to try this ball, because I have a feeling I'll probably get the ball. Maybe we could dig out that blue ball that's right there in the back. This yellow one is probably our most gettable. Even if it was too weak to pick that up. Try this elephant again. Yeah, it didn't even close properly. So if I open the door while it's like this, it should air out. And let's see, it should be... Which side was it that was jammed? It's this side. And let's have a look at this. Everything appears to be in line. Is it just a bad coin? Where is the coin? I don't see a coin in here. Okay, it's like getting jammed. I think this is misaligned. It just accepted that. And this is why we do the test. Try this again. Yeah, you just saw it right there. It didn't accept that one. Did that one. Well, let's see. There's not really much to see on one of these. These are pretty bare bones, but more of an introduction to this one. I'm gonna put 20 on there as the rest of my quarters. We'll strengthen this too. I'm not gonna go all the way up, but we'll definitely. Because what is that? Okay, that's full. It's a little, about 4/4 of its. We'll see if we can actually pick up this bear now. Oh yeah, that's a lot stronger. This claw doesn't have very much overbite. I feel like this might get stuck. No, it didn't. It might still be strong enough to actually pick up some larger things. I don't really have too much like larger stuff that's actually gettable in this machine. Ooh, maybe. These bears are pretty heavy. Yeah, it didn't even close. This claw has like a point on it where it gets kind of stuck. Get some of this junk out of there. But kind of gets a little bit, I guess, like kind of jammed in a way. Look at that Christmas cookie in the back. Do this one. Not really the best way to grab those. I'm thinking if I can get around the head on that one, I could get that. That's also if it spins correctly like that. That's good. Didn't go down all the way though. Try some more of these smaller ones. I think that pink gorilla that's like right there. No, I think it stabbed on it. It does the thing where you nudge it and it starts moving, and it does that when going back as well. Oh, that might actually grab that now. No, but it moved it out of the way. And I'll show you it does the same thing with going back, so... Nudge it, it moves a little bit more. Now, one thing you can do is once you push it forward, and it kind of moves out of the way, then you start pushing it upward, you can go back and to the side at the same time. But you can't stop going the one way. Ooh! Drop that. So, pretty interesting how that works. Because normally, like, even if I hold this like this, you can only go backwards to the side. And if you do it, like, really quick, and it's still going, you hit the back and you're still going this way, it will, despite it hitting the limit switch, the wheels will still spin. And I'll show that off quickly. And that's a quirk I've noticed with these. That's a win. So, you can see I'm pulling back and that's still going. And actually, it still works with both of the directions too. Well, not that one. I doubt it. Will that cat be gettable? I'm wondering if I do it... No, I let off the joystick then, so I don't know if that's possible. There's a bug in here. No, we win. I don't want this stuff in my machine. Ew, gross. This is the issue of summers. I have to deal with freaking bugs. And that's just a fact with that. I've had this machine, the glass open on this machine all day, so they're gonna try to get in here to the best that they can. That went down really far. I really like these machines. It's kind of hard to kill these. They can take a lot of abuse. And probably get that freaking thing tangled. That is the issue with this machine, I've noticed. At least this one in particular, where it will tangle like this. As it drops, it will spin a certain way. And then that will just get... The cord will get tangled just like how you saw there. And it might be like that for a while. And that's not too terribly good on the clutch and all of that stuff, and the string and all of that. We're going to see if it will fix itself by any way. We're going to try a couple different maneuvers and see if it spins properly. I'm going to go right over here. It'll go like literally all the way down, and as you can see, it untangled itself. So it should be fine. Start going back for that other stuff that was over there. Something else I'm going to try quickly is see if I can get this bear hooked in its arm. Not quite, but can I pull out that elephant? Nope. These things are addicting, that's why I bought one. That has air underneath it now, as you can see, so that's most likely going to be a a win, or not. Now that's just going to be even less gettable. But yeah, that's my second generation NC42. And you'll see more videos of it. Just one of the machines I bought to help my claw machine addiction, and don't know how long I'll hold on to it for. Mostly a project machine. But yeah, I'll see you next time.